Hey everyone, welcome to Crypto Data. So today we've had another great day in the market. Most of the altcoins are up. We have Bitcoin up about 2% at $16,700. Ethereum's consolidating a little around $689. And then we have Bitcoin Cash actually having a big spike up to $1,925. But Ripple has actually been the big player again today. So 3 days in a row, Ripple's been rising. And at a time today, it actually passed Bitcoin Cash's market cap to be the third largest cryptocurrency. So you can see right now, I mean, it's at 31 billion 800 million, and then Bitcoin Cash is at 32 billion 400 million. So they are very, very close. It's already doubled Litecoin's market cap. So Ripple's definitely a big player, and a lot of that, as we can see here, has been from South Korea's trading exchange BitHum. So we can see over 34% has been from South Korea. And there's an article that was published the other day that mentioned the main reason for Ripple's rise has been Japan and South Korea testing Ripple's blockchain technology as of Friday, last Friday. They're running trials through January 31st for the cross-border payments. And if all that goes well, then they plan to send money using Ripple's digital currency. And you know how much money goes through Japan and South Korea. I mean, already, South Korea's trading exchange is crazy. Anytime they get into a coin, I mean, it goes up 50 to 100%. So this is great news. Ripple's actually doing stuff. And again, in my previous videos, I mentioned how I thought that Ripple can go to $1 and how it could reach all-time highs, when it was near 36 cents. So we can see that's definitely happened, and it's good to see, for anyone that's been holding Ripple for the past 3 to 6 months. It's good to see a good return on investment here. So again, keep an eye on that as we get closer to the end of January next year. If they do adopt Ripple, then it'll definitely go a lot higher. So keep an eye out on that one. And speaking of South Korea, they actually are looking towards regulating cryptocurrency. So in previous news articles a week ago, they mentioned that South Korea was thinking of banning cryptocurrencies, but actually there's been some emails that have been leaked, some reports here, and basically what it says is they're looking towards regulating it and keeping it safe for more younger age investors. So it's basically focused on investor protection, and they want to make exchanges safer and to prevent like money laundering and different kinds of fraud going on. So we can see here that that they're going to permit crypto exchanges under 6 conditions. So the 6 conditions are: customer funds must be stored separately from the exchange's funds. So that's kind of a way, maybe to store it on like a separate wallet, or maybe have customers store it on a hardware wallet or something. Something that's separate, because if exchange gets hacked, they don't want all the customers, to lose their money. So, which is pretty smart. The next one, exchanges must provide users with a thoroughly explanatory warning of investment risks. Exchanges must confirm their users' names and identities. They must establish anti-money laundering system. They must provide proper asset protection, and they must make all order books public as to increase transparency. And they also increase the fines if any of these are, any of these rules are broken. So actually BitHum, South Korea's largest exchange, they tweeted that, these 6 requirements came out, and that they're, all for them. So, I thought that was great news. And, it's just so good to see that, companies are getting behind this, and exchanges are willing to do this. So that was great news. That's been another big reason why so much money from South Korea has been pouring into the exchanges, because now it's a more sure thing that, the exchanges will get regulated and cryptocurrencies will be there to stay. So there's such a big volume in South Korea, and it's so good to see, they're just pumping more and more money into the market. So it's another reason why we've seen so much of these rises in price, the past week or two. I mean, it's been crazy. So that's some good news. And then lastly, so we're talking about Bitcoin futures, 4 days ago, and now Bitcoin ETFs seek approval following the launch of futures. So a couple companies called Rex and VanEck, they have applied for Bitcoin strategy ETFs on December 8th, and VanEck applied on Monday. And basically, Bitcoin ETFs are important because they're going to track Bitcoin, but they aren't, directly invested. They're just tracking it. So basically, it gives investors a way to invest in Bitcoin without actually buying the cryptocurrency. So an ETF, it's an investment fund that tracks underlying index, asset, or basket of assets and trades like a common stock. So kind of like the S&P 500 is an ETF. And what it does is the company that's providing that ETF, basically they have all the liability of it. So, investors are just buying that ETF, but the company is responsible for the security and everything. So I think ETFs would be huge. I mean, if we get Bitcoin ETFs, then you could see the price skyrocket even more, because then that's when really investors will start coming in, because Bitcoin futures are just cash settled. So they're not exactly like, you aren't buying Bitcoin. You're just buying like a little piece of paper that says, okay, I think Bitcoin will be at this price, in X number of days or weeks, months, whatever. So ETF is actually, tracking Bitcoin through the Bitcoin futures and other derivatives, so that it's more, direct, and it's actually, part just like a stock. So that would be great news. Basically, the SEC hasn't approved any ETFs because they said that Bitcoin is still unregulated, but that was prior to Bitcoin futures launching. So now that Bitcoin futures have launched, and they're also launching on December 18th, then that tells you that, okay, there's more validity to Bitcoin now. And then we have NASDAQ coming next year. One of the managing directors of Octagon Strategy said, "I will happily go on record in betting that we will see an ETF for Bitcoin approved in 2018. That's a no-brainer." So that's really great news. If we get a Bitcoin ETF, it's going to cause the exposure to Bitcoin, tenfold, because we're going to have a lot more people coming in, and it's going to make it an actual, asset class, and it's going to put it on the map more than it is already. So I thought that was great news. And and again, for the futures, I did a live stream for the CBOE launch. So I'm actually going to do another live stream for the CME Bitcoin futures on December 18th. I'm planning right now around 5:30 Central Standard Time. So, and that's in the afternoon. So, if you want to join me, I'll also be posting it on my Twitter account. So my Twitter account is twitter.com/@thecryptodata. So twitter.com/thecryptodata. So if you go there, just give me a follow, set mobile notifications, and I'll post it on here whenever I do the live stream this Sunday. So with that, if y'all have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Like the video if you can, and if you haven't, please subscribe. Until next time, thanks for watching.